You lie awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, thoughts spinning as the distant noise of the city hums below. Since the attack on Pearl Harbor, everything has felt different. Tense. You're always waiting for something, though you're not sure what. The fear of war is constant, gnawing at the edges of your mind. Sleep is hard to come by these days. And then, you hear it. At first, it's barely a sound, a low whine in the distance. You sit up, straining to listen. Then, it hits. The air raid sirens. Your heart pounds in your chest as the high-pitched wails cut through the night, warning of an attack. You scramble out of bed and rush to the window, pulling back the blackout curtains. The entire city is plunging into darkness, house after house, building after building, as people turn off their lights in preparation for whatever is coming. You've heard the rumors, of course. The Japanese could strike the West Coast at any time. Is this it? Are they here? Suddenly, the ground shakes as the anti-aircraft guns fire into the sky, the booming explosions rattling your apartment. You press your face closer to the window, peering up into the inky blackness. Searchlights flicker to life, sweeping across the sky, crisscrossing like giant glowing fingers as they hunt for something. But what? Planes? Bombers? Then you see it. At first, you think it's a trick of the light, a dark shape against the night sky, barely visible in the glow of the searchlights. But as it moves, you realize it's no illusion. There's something up there, something large, hovering above the city, like a silent predator. It's not a plane. It's too big, too smooth. You can't make out the details, but you know immediately that whatever it is doesn't belong in the sky. Your breath catches in your throat as more anti-aircraft guns open fire, sending bursts of orange and red into the sky. The explosions light up the night, but the object remains untouched. You feel your pulse quicken as the barrage continues, the noise so loud that it drowns out your own thoughts. But none of this seems to matter. Whatever's up there isn't going down. You hear a knock on your door, and you rush to open it, finding Mr. Thompson, your elderly neighbor, standing there. His face is pale, eyes wide with a kind of fear you've never seen in him. A retired army man, he's always been the calm, steady type, but tonight something is different. "Did you see it?" he whispers, his voice shaky. You nod, speechless, glancing back towards the window. "What is it?" you ask, your voice barely audible over the thundering guns. He shakes his head, lips pressed thin. "Not one of ours. Not theirs either." Before you respond, another explosion rocks the building, and the two of you stumble, grabbing under the door frame to steady yourselves. The sky is alive with fire now, anti-aircraft shells bursting everywhere, but the object moves through like it's toying with the city. It shifts and glides in impossible ways, faster than any plane, ducking and dodging through the hail of artillery as it knows exactly where the next shot will be. You and Mr. Thompson watch in stunned silence as the object descends lower, close enough that you can make out more of its shape. It's metallic, gleaming in the glow of explosions, round and smooth, like something out of a science fiction comic book. Your stomach twists in knots. You're witnessing something you can't explain, something that shouldn't exist. "They're shooting at nothing," Mr. Thompson mutters, shaking his head. "They're not going to hit it." He's right. Despite the barrage, the thing doesn't so much as flinch. The guns keep firing, but the object stays out of reach, untouchable, like it's playing a game. Then, just as quickly as it descended, it stops. The object hovers there, eerily still, as if watching the chaos below. A deep hum fills the air, so low that you can feel it more than hear it, vibrating your bones. You swallow hard, your mouth is dry. What is it waiting for? The searchlights are still trained on it, but now they seem almost insignificant compared to the glow that suddenly erupts from the object itself. A brilliant white light bursts forth from its center, sweeping over the city. You shield your eyes, but it's no use. The light is so blinding, cold, and unnatural, like nothing you've ever seen. It bathes the streets and buildings and everything in its path in a strange, ghostly glow. Your heart paces as the light passes over you, illuminating your face through the window. You stand frozen in place, terrified that if you move, it will notice you. What is this light? What is it doing? For a brief moment, Everything stops. The guns, the sirens, even the city itself seems to hold its breath as the light hovers there, watching. You feel like you're standing on the edge of something, like the world is about to change right here, right now. And then, just as suddenly as it came, the object begins to ascend. It shoots upward with an incredible speed, disappearing into the clouds without a sound, leaving only the faintest glow in its wake. The searchlights scramble to follow, but there's nothing left to track. The intruder is gone. The guns fall silent, the searchlights blink off one by one, and Los Angeles is plunged back into darkness. The sirens fading in the distance. But the silence feels wrong now, hollow. Whatever just happened, it wasn't a false alarm. You saw it with your own eyes. You look at Mr. Thompson, and his expression mirrors your own. Shock, fear, disbelief. He shakes his head slowly as if trying to make sense of it all. "They'll never tell us about the truth about this," he says, his voice barely more than a whisper. "They'll say it was a mistake, a false alarm." You want to argue, to say that there must be an explanation, but deep down, you know he's right. This is something that won't make the headlines, whatever that is. It was meant to be seen by the public. The two of you stand in a doorway, staring at the darkened city, still shaken by what you've witnessed. In the distance, you can hear the faint sound of cars and voices as people begin to emerge from their homes, just as confused and frightened as you are. But you know the truth. You saw it. As you step back into your apartment, the events of the night replay in your mind. You shut the door, but the feeling of unease stays with you. You'll never forget the sight of that object, or the strange cold light that seemed to see right through you. You lie back down in bed, but sleep is out of the question now. The memory of what you've just witnessed burns brightly in your mind. You wonder if this is the end of it, if that thing will ever come back. And as you stare at the ceiling, you can't shake the feeling that the world isn't as simple as you once thought. That something was up there and watching, and it might return. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Stone Rock, and today we're talking about the Battle of LA. This is pretty cool. It had a movie loosely based on it. Now, I'm not saying that there definitely were aliens involved, but it is heavily implied nowadays that there were aliens, or that it was a blimp or something like that. You know, standard U.S. military cover-up. Oh, it was a pocket of gas. Standard U.S. military cover-up. It's the 40s, you know, right about the same time as Roswell. It's about 6 years earlier than Roswell, actually. So, make of that what you will. But before we get into this episode, you know, if you like what we do here, why not like, comment, subscribe? It makes a huge difference to the algorithm. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers that have come in here recently. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all of my subs, actually. You guys are a pretty good group of people. You always, you know, always amaze me with how forthcoming you guys are with information and stuff like that, even with just, you know, suggesting topics to cover. So, you know, I appreciate you guys so much. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Imagine it's February 24th, 1942. The world is at war. Just 2 months after the devastating attack on Pearl Harbor, the people of Los Angeles are on edge. Tensions are high, and fear of another attack looms over the city. Suddenly, in the middle of the night, the sirens blare, searchlights sweep the sky, and anti-aircraft guns roar to life. The military opens fire on something they can't quite identify, hovering ominously over the city. Was it an enemy aircraft, a secret weapon, or something out of this world? This is the story of the mysterious Battle of Los Angeles, an event that has baffled historians, fueled conspiracy theories, and inspired countless movies and pulp culture references. That's actually happened, by the way, or at least it happened in this timeline. I remember it from, by my account, I've been in 3 timelines. Just going off by how many times the hydrogen collider has been turned on.
You serious?
In 1942, the United States was still reeling from the surprise attack on Pearl Harbor. With the war in full swing, the West Coast was seen as a vulnerable target for Japanese forces. Everyone was on high alert. In fact, just a day before the Battle of Los Angeles, a Japanese submarine had surfaced and shelled an oil field near Santa Barbara, further stoking fears of an invasion. It was during this time of heightened tension that the events of February 24th and 25th unfolded. That night, the U.S. military received reports of an unidentified object in the skies over Los Angeles. Concerned it might be a follow-up attack, they sprang into action. At approximately 2 a.m., air raid sirens echoed in the city. Searchlights snapped on, crisscrossing the dark sky in search of an enemy. Anti-aircraft batteries were on high alert, scanning for any sign of movement. Then, something was spotted. Witnesses described a large, dark object moving slowly over the city. The military, fearing an imminent attack, immediately opened fire. What followed was a relentless barrage. Over 1,400 rounds of anti-aircraft ammunition were fired into the sky, lighting up the sky like it was the 4th of July. But there was a problem. Despite the intense firepower, the object didn't go down. It remained in the sky, seemingly unaffected by the explosions around it. Witnesses on the ground watched in awe and terror as the mysterious object floated through the air, unscathed. By morning, the object had vanished, and Los Angeles was left to deal with the aftermath. Buildings had been damaged by falling shrapnel, and there were even reports of civilian casualties due to heart attacks caused by panic. Yet despite all of the chaos and destruction, no enemy planes or debris were found. There was no evidence of an actual attack. So what exactly had the military been shooting at? No one knew. The U.S. Army initially claimed it was a false alarm, suggesting that weather balloons or stray aircraft had triggered the response. However, this explanation didn't sit well with many of the witnesses or even some military officials who believed that they had seen something far stranger. Over the year, several theories had emerged about what really happened during the Battle of Los Angeles. Let's break them down. Number 1. Plausible military explanation. The first and most widely accepted theory is that it was all a case of wartime paranoia. The combination of nerves, tension, and recent attack on Pearl Harbor put everyone on edge. Some have suggested that weather balloons or civilian aircraft were mistaken for enemy planes, leading to the chaotic gunfire. Theory 2, Japanese attack. Another theory is that it was indeed a Japanese attack, but one that failed. Some documents from the time suggest that a Japanese submarine might have launched reconnaissance balloons or aircraft over the city to test U.S. defenses. However, no conclusive evidence has ever surfaced to support this claim. Theory 3, UFOs, or UAPs as they're now called. And then there's a theory that has fueled conspiracy theories and captured the public imagination for decades. The idea that the object was from out of this world. UFO enthusiasts believe that the military was firing at a spacecraft, something far beyond our understanding. Several eyewitnesses at the time described the object as being disc-shaped or glowing faintly, leading to some to speculate that the military had encountered extraterrestrial visitors. This theory was further fueled by the fact that the object remained undamaged by the barrage of anti-aircraft fire. Was it an advanced aircraft or something even more mysterious? The Battle of Los Angeles has become a part of pulp culture, inspiring countless books, documentaries, and even major motion pictures. One of the most notable references came from the 2011 movie Battle of Los Angeles, which imagined a full-scale alien invasion hitting the city. While the film took liberties with the real event, it shows how the mystery had captured the public's imagination. Yeah, if you haven't seen the movie, it's about basically Aaron Eckhart he's a sergeant in the Marine Corps. Well, he and his team and most of the Marines in the area are tasked with trying to hold back and even doing rescue missions. It's honestly, I really like the movie. I know it's not really up there on a lot of people's watch list, but it's a decent movie. You know, Aaron Eckhart is a great actor. I got really nothing bad to say about the movie. I mean, it's cool. I like how they designed the aliens. I like the ships and all that. It was cool. Michelle Rodriguez is in it as well. It's a cool movie. So check that out if you haven't seen it yet. The event has also been referenced in several UFO documentaries and TV shows, including Ancient Aliens, where it is often discussed in the context of extraterrestrial encounters. Even in video games, the Battle of Los Angeles has appeared as a backdrop for fictional alien invasions, solidifying its place in modern media. In the years since, the Battle of Los Angeles has remained one of the most mysterious and debated incidents of World War II. Whether it was a case of wartime nerves, a secret Japanese reconnaissance mission, or an encounter with something otherworldly, the truth may never be known. The military's official stance remains that it was a false alarm, but for those who witnessed the strange object that night, it's hard to believe there wasn't something more to the story. Whatever the case, the Battle of Los Angeles continues to intrigue and inspire, proving that sometimes the biggest mysteries are the ones that happen right over our heads. What do you think about what really happened that February night? Was it the case of mistaken identity, or did something unexplainable visit the city? Put it down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. I am honestly, be real honest with you, I'm on the fence about aliens. I believe that the universe is too wide and there's too many other planets in Goldilocks zones for there not to be life. But I also don't think that they're coming to Earth, is my thing. I just don't. I like the joke where it's like, you know, aliens drive by Earth and lock their doors because Earth is the ghetto. I like that joke. That's kind of my feel about it. I don't think that there's any extraterrestrials coming to Earth, anything like that. But I do think that there is life out there somewhere, even if it's just ancient bacteria. You know, it happens. You know, bacteria is life. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here and stop rambling about aliens. As always, remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell icon. That way you're notified whenever we upload new videos. And, you know, if you want to support the channel, there's a merch shelf down below. You can go pick yourself up a nice hoodie or, you know, some t-shirts or joggers, notebooks, there's stickers. It's all sorts of stuff in there. And if there's anything that you see in there that, or something you don't see in there you want me to take a look at adding, let me know and then I can get it in there, honestly. If anything else, you know, you can join members. Members do get videos early when I can remember to do it. I'm terrible at that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm bad. Yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a good day and I will catch you next time. Over the